Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Josh Reznicow from the Cedar Rapids Community Orchestra. Also, you're the orchestra director at Linmar, so before we rolled tape, we were talking about barreling toward the end of the school year.
Yes, absolutely.
And, of course, we're doing the same thing here at Kirkwood. And
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Community Orchestra has one more concert for the year.
Yes, April 27th, Sunday at 3 o'clock here in Kirkwood campus in Ballantyne. We'll be performing our spring concert set, which we're excited to do. We've been working hard on that literature with all the community members within that group since January. So it's been a lot of fun and forward motioning for everybody, and a lot of great focus by the entire ensemble and digging into a wide range of literature, a diverse range of literature.
So what's the theme of this concert?
The theme is marching forward, or marching to the future, actually. And as the music was being designed within the set, we realized we had some great marches in there.
Steve Shanley is going to complain that you're impinging on his territory with the Muni Band playing all these marches.
No, that's great that they're being played by a lot of different groups, but we're going to be playing three within our pretty diverse set of music marches. Berlioz's Hungarian March will start the show with that, and then we'll conclude with Tchaikovsky's March Slav, which is always a lot of fun and a big ender. But right in the middle, we're going to put a little nod to the more modern times. We're going to do John Williams' Raiders March from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which should be very familiar to a lot of folks, which was also a community orchestra member request. We put a survey out to our members because we serve at the pleasure of the members, and one of the members suggested, hey, it'd be fun to play this piece. And I said, well, we're doing a live fire here, so absolutely. And a suggestion all of a sudden finds their way into their folders. So we have three marches in the middle, at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, and the idea of just that coupled with the fact that we have a new leadership. Myself, this is my first year. We have various new board members. We're about to elect a new board coming up here. And we have a lot of future plans. We have a lot of things that we've been talking about this year that we're going to be implementing next year and the year after. So we're all excited to be ushering in a new future, a positive one. So we're marching to the future.
Yeah. Well, of course, I'm sure the new board has to meet before you can put any of those plans into place. But do you have any thoughts or dreams for the future, where you think the orchestra is going to be going after this year?
Yeah, I mean, nothing is set in stone.
Sure.
So obviously we
We won't hold you to anything we talk about here.
No, and certainly any names. But we want to start bringing in guests, folks within the community that live in and work in our community as a part of this organization. They've done it a little bit in the past, and we want to do it a little bit more. And then
Well, you're not going to have any luck finding good musicians to come and be guests with the orchestra in this community.
I think we could throw a rock and find some amazing people just really quickly, or amazing groups in there. So the board and I have been working together on that, and we're in talks about how to work on calendars and budgets and scope and whatnot with regards to guests, as well as larger projects that we would like to see coming up over the next year or two. So these are things that are happening behind the scenes within the organization. It's a wonderful board. It's a very active board and a very passionate one. So it's been a lot of fun to work with them so far.
The composition of the orchestra, we say it's the community orchestra, but it's a real diverse mix demographically, is it not? I know part of the arrangement with Kirkwood is, Kirkwood doesn't have an orchestra all by itself, so this kind of fulfills that function for Kirkwood students who would like to continue playing orchestral music, but you also recruit out in the community as well. What's kind of the balance demographically in the group?
Well, that's the fun challenge, is to meet the needs of everybody within the group. So we have a partnership with Coe College, so string students from Coe come to play in our group.
Okay, so Coe and Kirkwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have Coe and Kirkwood within the group, and students that, like any other student, it's a class. They get graded for it. And then we have the community members that are, they're volunteers. They come in and they play because they have a passion for music, or they were on some music major and life is taken maybe in a different direction, and now they want to bring those skills back or continue to use those skills. Or like anything else, like we say all the time, us educators say all the time, music is a lifelong ambitions, and you don't have to end right when high school ends. So folks are just rediscovering their passion for playing. And the unique thing about this particular group is that it is a full orchestra. And there's just not a lot of full orchestras out there for community members to be a part of. So you have the combination of the winds and the strings and the brass and the percussion all coming together that make up the group. There's folks in there, like I said, they're former music majors and they have lots and lots of skill. And then there's folks in there that played just a little bit in high school. We all come together and for one passion to make music and play music together. So that's sort of the goal of the group.
You know, you're preaching to the choir here, because that is kind of, when it comes right down to it, the mission of KCCK is to make sure that people understand, beginning in middle and high school, that music is something you can enjoy and do for your whole life. You don't have to quit just because you aren't getting a grade for it anymore.
No, continue to going on that. And I tell students, many students over at our high school at Lynn Marley, they're not necessarily going to major or minor in music, and I'll tell them, I really encourage you to keep going in college. It could be a wonderful break from your studies, a wonderful way of meeting new people, a wonderful way of just having a little time for doing something that you're good at and passionate about, that is away from your other focuses. And if you happen to get some scholarship money, you could think of it as a part-time job.
Many organizations, this one notably, offers scholarship money to people who commit to play in the ensembles.
Yeah.
Without being a music major.
No, absolutely. And groups are looking for, and organizations are looking for players. They're looking for people. So students that are out there, think of it, if nothing else, as like a even bit of a part-time job for yourself. No, you're not necessarily getting cash in hand, but you're getting cash money taken off of your tuition. And I guarantee you 10, 15 years later, you're going to appreciate that.
There is, I'm sure, kind of a mindset among young people that I would never make it in the college orchestra, because if I'm not a music major, they wouldn't want me. And every band and ensemble director, choral ensemble director, and orchestra director that I know in higher ed is, no, please send us the students who are not necessarily majoring in music. We need them.
Yes. And you don't know with opportunities you have until you try. So coupled and piggybacking on what you just said, why close a door when it may have already been open for you? Why close that door on yourself in terms of the opportunity as a student? So that's just, sometimes young folks don't quite understand that, and we have to sort of educate them on that. Us adults and educators in the world, to educate them on that. Ask questions, be a part of it. You'd be amazed what opportunities are out there if you just walk through those doors.
And the same thing applies when you're out of school.
Yes.
That, and we are so lucky in our community that if you want to continue to play an instrument or sing or act once you're out of school, the only thing holding you back is your own desire to do it, because you can play in an orchestra, you can play in a jazz band, you can sing in an excellent choir.
Yes,
all of these things just a few miles from wherever you are.
Yeah, all those opportunities are here in this community, and that's one of the unique things about this community is it's not a big, huge metropolitan area, but the amazing thing is we have all these opportunities even with the size that it is. And people have these ways of getting in there and working with other folks, meeting other people, and to be able to play and play music, of course, hopefully one of their passions in life. And just, again, it's for the adults, a nice break away from the hustle and bustle of your day.
The Cedar Rapids Community Orchestra performing its final concert of the season, April 27th on the Kirkwood campus in Ballantyne Auditorium, 3 p.m. Sunday afternoon.
It's on 3 p.m., yes.
And so you've talked me into it. I got to pick up that oboe again. Okay,
oh, yes.
I totally don't play the oboe. But what's the process if somebody maybe hasn't picked up that instrument in a decade or even longer? How do they start?
Real easy. You can just Google Cedar Rapids Community Orchestra. We have a website, and you can sign up right from there. And as soon as you do, one of our board members will reach out and then start the process from there. Actually, we just had a person to join a couple of weeks ago, and they were a little concerned, like that they were going to get in the way of being able to play at the concert. And we said, absolutely not. You play in the concert. They said, well, I'm going to practice for it. And I was like, great, wonderful.
Well, that would be good.
We appreciate that. But no, you're part of our family. You're part of our community. One just needs to sign up.
If somebody maybe needs to polish their skills, are there some resources that you can recommend for teachers and things like that to get them a little help?
Yeah, if folks ever want that extra next layer of like individual help, we have a network of private teachers out there or folks that they can get in contact with. They could reach out to us or myself, and we can point them in the right direction. And then, of course, we have a wonderful group called Tyros that Lynn Wymore works with every week. And for some folks, that's a nice stepping stone, especially in the string end of things, where they can play in that ensemble. And then sometimes they play in both, but then they can kind of get their chops and their skills kind of polished and then work their way over to the community orchestra if they wanted to. They can jump right into the community orchestra. But some folks choose to, I feel like this is a good first step for me.
If people want tickets, how do they get them?
You can go online, or you can go to Kirkwood here, or reach out to any of the board members, and we can. But mostly the Kirkwood website.
And what's the orchestra website if people want more information?
Cedar Rapids Community Orchestra.org.
Okay, big long one.
Yeah, it's probably easier just to Google it.
Yeah. All right. Well, one final concert for this year on the 27th, Josh. And thanks for coming in. I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening next year, too.
Yeah. Thanks for the amazing work you do in our community and for having us on.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.